This second session in today's webinar will focus on 2 case studies of continuing professional development to support operator recertification. Both case studies have been provided by Victorian water businesses. This is because Victoria was the first state to adopt a certification framework for drinking water operators. So the 2 case studies presented here are by the first 2 water businesses to have certified operators and to have been through a full recertification cycle. It should be noted that currently Victoria has a 3-year recertification cycle, whereas the rest of the country has a 5-year cycle. The first case study has been provided by Veolia. We would like to give a special thank you to Brenda Wilby and Conrad Mueller from Veolia, who provided the content for this presentation and approved this version. For the Veolia case study, we will be talking about the range of professional development opportunities that Veolia have provided to their certified operators. Veolia encourages all employees to pursue professional development relevant to their role and career aspirations. They use the Learn, Lead, Succeed model, which is based on a 70-20-10 learning and development concept. This represents Veolia's preferred approach to learning and reflects leading practice on how adults learn and develop new skills and knowledge. With 70-20-10, 70% of learning comes from work-related tasks, special projects and assignments, and job rotations. 20% of learning comes through guidance and demonstration from other people, such as managers, supervisors, and fellow operators. And 10% of learning comes from formal learning programs, such as training and seminars or presentations. Operator professional development is planned through the twice-yearly performance reviews of staff. During the performance review, the operator and their supervisor will discuss development needs and options, and it's documented in a training plan. The review requires 2-way communication between supervisors and training administrators to ensure information from training plans is captured for training budgets and calendars. Veolia's approach to professional development has been to provide a range of different options to suit individual learning styles and interests. The first learning and development initiative was a number of in-house training courses in specialised process areas. These used the technical expertise and knowledge of their own people, as well as drawing upon a network of industry experts. The in-house training was rolled out based upon request from the various operations across the business, and training sessions have been held across Victoria and New South Wales. After running a number of in-house training seminars, the Veolia staff realised they had an opportunity to offer training workshops to industry. The first workshops focused on membrane treatment. Workshops were run at one of the Veolia sites and offered to operators from other water businesses to learn about membrane operations and maintenance. The training was delivered by certified operators. This presented a win-win, as both the trainers and the attendees could be eligible for recertification points. Veolia have been organising site tours for operators for around 5 years. Thus far, they've arranged tours for their operators to sites at Melbourne Water, Wannon Water, Western Water and Western Port Water, just to name a few. It presents both a valuable learning opportunity as well as a chance to network with other operators. It should be noted that Waiawa offer a similar opportunity through their water interest days, which are held at least twice a year in most states. Another option, which is gradually gaining popularity, is online learning. There are situations where online training resources can be highly useful and very cost-effective for businesses. Veolia has its own in-house Vibe webinar series, which can be accessed by Veolia staff at any time and has a number of sessions available on a range of the latest treatment technologies. Another option that is freely available to water businesses is the Dow Water Academy. This hosts a range of webinars on processes such as ultrafiltration, ion exchange and reverse osmosis, to name a few. any water business that are interested in finding out more about the availability of online webinars can contact myself at Wyoa. Veolia have a practice of providing opportunities for staff mobility. This provides operators with the opportunity to participate in short to medium-term operational secondments. Notable examples have been working on a demonstration plant for robust recycling in Hobart and 2 tours of duty to Casey Station in Antarctica. This was for commissioning and operating a water treatment plant to treat diesel-contaminated meltwater. This is an example of Wyoa's professional development register. Veolia use this to keep track of operator recertification points. This information is provided to supervisors for their twice-yearly performance reviews to help develop the training plans. In this example, the operator undertook a range of activities beyond formal training. For the 3-year recertification cycle, the cost of professional development beyond operator time was only $528. This demonstrates that a robust professional development program does not need to be expensive or onerous to water businesses. There have been a number of process investigations that have been led and reported by Veolia's certified operators. Notable examples have been a drinking water network nitrification study, a troubleshooting study on granular media filters, and a wash water system water quality enhancement investigation. So in summary, at Veolia, certification has driven a process of continuous improvement in training management and professional development. This has resulted in substantial cost savings compared to delivering traditional training, better training outcomes more suited to the individual, and overall enhanced reputation for the business. And just as a final word from Veolia, this is an example of how one of the operators feel about operator certification. This is from Brock Mulcair, who's an experienced operator based at Veolia's Bendigo water treatment plant. Brock was the first drinking water operator to be certified in Victoria. He received formal recognition of his certification in December of 2012. And he successfully achieved recertification in 2015 after accruing at least 15 points of professional development. We'll now move on to the second case study. In this case study, we'll cover an initiative where a water business has developed a partnership with a training provider to deliver refresher training that is directly relevant to their treatment processes and mapped to the National Water Package. This case study has been provided by Wannon Water. A big thank you to Kerry Gibb and John Harris, as well as Anthony Evans, for providing the content. Wannon Water decided to certify all of their drinking water operators. They have around 30 operators, so they realised that there was a substantial challenge in ensuring everyone undertook 15 points of recertification over 3 years. So what did Wannon Water do? They set up an agreement with the water industry training consultants. The idea was to deliver a refresher training module in a number of key process areas. The first course developed was a chlorine refresher. This was approved by Wyoa as being in accordance with the professional development points table. The chlorine refresher training was delivered by Wannon Water's own staff, who are qualified trainers. The training course is 7 hours and includes several assessment tasks. The assessments are marked by the water industry training consultants team, and attendees are given a statement of attendance if they pass the assessments. The operators also receive a copy of the chlorine manual as well as the PowerPoint presentation slides. Wannon have also developed a coagulation and flocculation training course, which was delivered to 2 groups of operators in 2017. A filtration course is currently in development. All of these courses closely align with the drinking water guidelines and the National Water Package. Once completed, the 3 courses will provide a total of 12 recertification points to operators. The final 3 points are from a mandatory water industry issues course that the Department of Health and Human Services in Victoria requires certified operators to undertake. However, to date, this course is still in development, but the Department of Health and Human Services has provided alternatives in the interim. This concludes the second case study and the second session of today's webinar. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact either myself, George or Craig at Waiawa to discuss.